Evening and welcome to our Human Relations Commission. Today is Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. I'd like to call to order our meeting, and chair requests staff confirmation that Kansas Open Meeting Act required notice has been properly provided.
Yes, it has.
Thank you. We'll do roll call next.
Chair Kuchel.
Here.
Vice Chair Newell.
Here.
Commissioner Bonilla.
Here.
Commissioner Kressler.
Here.
Commissioner Rosano.
Here.
Commissioner Green.
Here.
Commissioner Zaveski. Commissioner Tague-Hurd. Commissioner Byerly.
Here.
Did I say that correctly?
Byerly, yes, ma'am.
Byerly, okay. And then Youth on Board Penn. Okay.
All right, next on our agenda is approval of minutes from the Tuesday, August 12th, 2025 regular meeting. Those were sent out and also attached. So need a couple minutes to look that over or take a motion to approve.
Madam Chair, I move we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, great. Thank you. Next is our new business, and
I would just say that we would like to welcome our new members. We didn't get that on there, but we'd like to welcome our new members. Ms. Byerly is online, Commissioner Byerly. If I say that right, I apologize for my pronunciation. And Youth on Board, Tyler Penn. So welcome.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you for joining us.
And a correction to the agenda. It looks like we have August 9th. It should be September 9th on the top of the agenda there.
Okay, thank you. All right, administrative items, election of officers for 2025-2026, and those are attached also.
Yeah, there was a staff report to let everyone
Yes.
know who's eligible and who's interested. We don't ask, and we ask individuals who haven't been in the commission at least a year not to be an officer. I think that's throwing people off the deep end a little bit too. So everyone else, we've gone through and provided that information in the staff report on who is eligible and willing to serve in what positions.
Okay, and that is continued on the back page of that, so I'll give you a couple minutes to look at that. Page 7 and 8. And then we'll need a motion for chair and vice chair.
Madam Chair, I move we nominate current Chair Kuchel to serve as another term as chair.
I second.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none? That's great. Be happy to do
Congratulations.
that. Thank you. Be happy to do that. All right, so now we'll need a motion for our vice chair.
Madam Chairman, I would move that we keep Vice Chair Anthony Newell in the position.
Second. Thank you. All those in favor of continuing with Anthony Newell as our vice chair? Aye.
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 Any nays? Okay. Well, congratulations,
Thank
Vice
you.
Chair.
If all elections were that easy,
I know.
right?
Exactly. Thank you. And it's nice to see some other people are willing to step up. So in
next
another
year,
year, we'll
yeah.
be able to do that. That'll be great. Okay. And then our docket review.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to kind of update the new individuals, kind of how we do this. So these dockets are confidential, a lot of it. So we don't go into a lot of detail on that. You won't notice names on the dockets because this is public record. So for the sake of individuals, we don't publish a lot of information, and I go over it kind of high level. Next month, or soon, you'll have a training. We'll go on that a little bit more, but it'll make a little more sense. So I'll give a little bit more detail than I normally do just to kind of go through it. We have 3 different types of cases. We color code them because we like that. And the first one you'll see is blue, and those are employment cases. We've had one person come in and we were ready to file the complaint and she requested a delay, so that one's not going forward. That's still in the inquiry status unless she decides that things haven't worked out. I think she thought things were working out, so she didn't want to proceed. And if she changes her mind, we'll move forward with that. And the next color you will see is green in the report, and that's for housing. All our housing cases, we do green. There's one that's been closed. There are several open and pending right now. I would anticipate from the time we put this, there's one more in progress. Before our next meeting, I would anticipate we have 2 that come to you. Pretty rapid sequence there. And then 2 more that are probably going to take a little longer. But I would look for 2 to come before the next meeting. Maybe 1 will be done and 1 close by our next meeting. But that's the status of those. 1 that was screened and not filed. And then we have a group of cases that were waived up to HUD that HUD's going to take on because they all involve the same individuals. So we're following those a little bit and trying to help HUD go through that. But we're hopeful, trying to keep on HUD a little bit that it doesn't go into off. But we've had a lot of communication with HUD in this matter, and I hope that it will continue. So, and then our final group of cases, we don't have any under right now, but that's our public accommodation cases. And I think once you guys do the training, it'll make a little more sense on these. But what we try and do is what the status of each case is and kind of as it moves forward. We just cleaned September 1st, right? Marissa, when is the beginning of the year? When do we clean and do? July 1st. So they'll see and they'll stay in their area until we start over July 1st. And then July 1st, it'll be a whole new slate, and we'll start with a clean docket and go forward. So you kind of see that where the cases have progressed throughout the year. And we follow the docket year that HUD wants because we have an agreement with HUD. We don't with the EEOC on the other 2 matters, but we just kind of keep them all the same. Instead of closing one set of cases another, we just follow what we do with our agreement with HUD. Okay, so hopefully that'll make a little more sense after the training, but we won't go in a lot of details. I will ask if you have any questions or any board member or commission member has any questions, but we don't do a lot of detail in these meetings on those dockets.
Any questions? Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, it looks like our next item is a discussion of speaker ideas for the 2026 Fair Housing Seminar.
Yeah, and for those that are new, we do a Fair Housing Seminar every April, which is Fair Housing Awareness Month. Like everything has a month. That's the month that is for fair housing. So we try and do it. We've tried to stick with the last Friday in April just to be consistent and going forward and kind of let everyone know they have a time. And it's a certified training where we offer CLEs, we offer continuing education for attorneys, social workers, real estate agents, and I think that's it. Anyway, so it's a certified training. You're welcome to attend. We encourage any commissioner that wants to come to be a part of it. All are part of the day. It's usually a full day seminar. And anyway, so we look forward to having more information on that. But what we are looking for now is we're kind of gearing up the process. We usually get pretty heavily involved and start October, November, and then the process, it gives us about 6 months to work on it and then have it in April. But we are looking for any speaker ideas. Want to remind people, if you have speaker ideas, any topics you want to see or have presentations on. Sometimes we have money from HUD. Last year we didn't. We do have sponsors and stuff. That makes a difference on how far away we can recruit our speakers, or if we have any money for fees and that kind of thing. But last year we didn't, but we still I thought a great seminar. So I had some great speakers, but we look forward to any suggestions, any topics, anything about housing and fair right. It's not all discrimination. A lot of it we will get into landlord tenant and a little bit outside our area, but anything that might be relevant to the individuals attending about housing.
Do we anticipate HUD funding this next year?
I have no idea. They have not given us a whole lot. We have no idea at this point. So I don't think they know.
Understood.
Same location, you think, as last year?
Yes, we're hoping we're going to be doing our other seminar there too. So yes, we're really hopeful. It was great. We really liked the change in location and venue we had last year. So it's much more accessible and it fits our venue, like our size better. You know, the Buy Center is really for big events. I mean, anyway, and had accessibility issues too, so it was better for us. I think this was a much better location.
Does staff have any
Where
recommendations?
it was held last year?
Last year we had it at OCCK's training room. They volunteered to let us have it there, and they have a nice new training room, and at OCCK it is very accessible. Before that, we've always had it at TPEC, the Tony's Pizza Event Center, the Buy Center for those of us old Slinans.
Buy Center.
Yeah. So the Tony's Pizza Event Center is where we've had it before. And they've had some issues with their elevators, and that building wasn't really built. It was built before ADA, and it wasn't really, it's not always accessible. I mean, we make it work, and we do some modifications. And when the elevators work, it is much better, but and it's really big, and we don't have that large of event. I mean, our event fit much better with, and OCCK was extraordinarily accommodating and very easy to work with, and we thought it was a good change. So it'll be at OCCK's event training center that they have.
And you're looking for speakers specifically regarding housing.
Yes, fair housing issues particularly, but landlord-tenant issues and anything kind of revolving around housing. We did some predatory lending, which touches on housing, payday loans, and that kind of stuff, but those kinds of topics, but we're always open to ideas. So if you don't have one today, we still got time. We haven't started working the agenda hard. Like I said, usually about October, November is when we really kick it in, but I want to start letting the new members know, put it on your calendar. I don't have the date. I don't know if Marissa knows it off the top of her head. The last Friday in April of 2026 is...
I think the 25th. Give me
24th is what it looks like, I think. Around April 24th would probably be... will be our targeted date. So, and again, we usually go 8 to 4. 8 with the opening registration, and we give people a little bit of time, but the event, we try and wrap up by 4. So
I'll ask you, does staff have any recommendations for speakers?
not
Do
right
you
now.
notice any
haven't.
topics or
yeah,
anything?
we don't have anything. We're starting from scratch, and just, I mean, we'll probably go back to some of the ones that we've had in the past if we don't, but we haven't even started planning it. So we have nothing planned.
On the event evaluation, do people ever recommend like a speaker or a topic on those?
Sometimes we don't get a lot of topic
I
names
just
on
wondered
this.
if-
Sometimes they do. I can't recall last year's. I'd have to pull those. I don't know if Lily has any off the top of her head. This
No?
year.
Okay.
It's usually pretty rare we get that much data from them. Those open-ended questions people don't
Right.
typically
Leave
fill
blank.
out on those speaker evaluations, but yeah, we love your encouragement and love your ideas. So if not, we'll go back and pull some of the ones we've had in the past. So
Okay.
start thinking about it.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions regarding the Fair Housing Seminar? Okay. Discuss upcoming accessibility seminar in October.
So just to let this board know, we've started doing, last year was our first one. We have the AAB and we have the HRC, our 2 boards that this division manages, and they have started doing their own seminar in October. That's why we kind of do them 6 months apart too. So this one has always been in April, but we decided we can't, we're a small staff, we really can't manage 2 that close together, so 6 months apart is how we came up with October. And so this October we will have our second one. We have it reserved, and we're going to use OCCK's training room again, and it's set for October 16th. Registration will start at 12:30, and we hope to be done around 4, maybe a little sooner. Do Do we have one speaker confirmed for sure, and she's got a demonstration. It will be she's with service dogs, the person from Washington, where they train service dogs and do all that, and some demonstrations. So it should be a lively event. We're working on maybe getting one other speaker, but so it may not go clear till 4. But registration will be 12:30. It'll start at 1, and at least 2:30, maybe up to 4. But we'll only have a couple of speakers. It won't be a full day event.
Okay.
So,
What was that day again? Sorry.
October 16th.
Okay.
It's a
thank you.
Thursday. Just with scheduling in the room and the speaker that we were trying to get, that's the day that worked.
Outside of the speaker, is there anything else going to be covered at that particular meeting? Would
No.
it behoove board members to?
Yeah, we would love to have board members come and be a part of it if you want to. There's no charge. This one is free. We don't charge for this one. We don't have food. We may have some water or maybe some snacks, but we aren't going to have a lunch like we provide at the other one. So it makes it a lot more economical. And of course, with this topic, OCCK has been very accommodating and stuff. So it's free. It'll just be helping us spread the word. And if you would love to attend, we'd love to have you. And so we'll have one more meeting, I believe, before the event, so we can remind you one more time. But
Okay.
we'd love to have you. Share the word, too.
Definitely. Okay, and then annual training next meeting.
Yes, so for those of you who are new, we do an annual training every year to let you know about this board and what it is, because it has a very distinct role. I mean, it's not just presenting this docket like this. You actually hear cases. If we have cases that come forward, the biggest function of this body is to hear those cases. So, and the way we do that. And so that does require some training. No one can do those. And I'm sorry, Youth on Board, Tyler, you won't be able to actually hear the cases. You won't be selected. We select from the board 3 people that don't have a conflict. We make sure you do not have a conflict, and then you're selected to hear each case that's presented. On the way we do that in that training. So what we've created the last couple years is some videos for that training to give us, it used to be we'd have to do it in 2 meetings, and they were really long meetings. So we have created videos to kind of streamline that process. So what we're going to ask, Marissa will send out, she's our board liaison, and we should probably introduce ourselves before we close this meeting for those of you who are new. I'm Michelle Martin. I'm the Community Relations Supervisor, and I have behind me our 2 liaisons.
I'm Marissa Patton. I'm the liaison for the Human Relations Commission.
And my name is Lillian Morales, and I am Marissa's backup.
And she's the liaison for the other commissions, or other board. So that's how we divide it up. But with that, Marissa will be sending out some training information and the links to the videos. We'd like you to watch them before the next meeting. And what we've been able to do is make it not as long in one meeting to do the trainings. We'll have some supplement trainings to this, but we ask the board members that are current to even though we know you've seen them before, we haven't refreshed them a whole lot, but we'll then discuss those at the next meeting. I won't go through everything that's in those, but we know when you watch them, so you will not be able to listen to a case or be selected until you have completed the videos. Those who have watched them once, we won't exclude you, but we will keep reminding you to do it. And we kind of give ourselves that deadline. It gives everyone a month. Marissa will get those sent out again. And then what we kind of do is go over some highlights and the quizzes and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there will be a test.
Yeah. But it is not one that, we just want to make sure you know the information. There isn't a grade.
I just want to congratulate staff and David and Cash as well, because I think they did an excellent job in putting together those training videos.
Oh, well, thank you.
I've had to sit through a lot of them before that were not very good. These were succinct and to the point and didn't take forever and a day to get through. So well done.
Oh, thank you. We'll take that as a compliment coming from you, Commissioner Green, especially. For those of you who don't know, he's a great video man himself and does a lot at the college with that. So,
Okay, let's see. preliminary discussion items, none. And then unfinished or other business. Doesn't look like there's anything there either. Public forum, we just have the 2 commissioners on Zoom, correct? Okay. And then have a motion for adjournment. So that also needs to be changed. Next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October, is it the 12th?
The 12th.
It
It's just
is.
the 12th.
Apparently, I liked the month
Yeah,
August.
you like
August.
Well, this is a good month.
2 other of us saw, I didn't catch it either. So it's not just Marissa. I have to take credit for not catching that.
Yeah. Okay, so our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 12th at 5:30. So I need a motion for adjournment.
I would so move.
Thank
Second.
you. Thank you. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I just want to, for the new commissioners too, what we do is the next meeting, the training is actually in a study session, which we do immediately after the meeting. So the meeting will probably be about the same length, but this one was maybe a little bit longer because we had elections, but the meetings themselves aren't that long, but we will have the training afterwards, and we do require presence. Like, that's not video recorded, and so we do require you to be present for those trainings. That's just the way it is.
And it's also October 14th.
October 14th. Thank you, Lily.
I will be out of country on that day. How can I make up that time?
We will just make sure that you've had the videos,
Okay.
and then we can, the other training, since you've been through it once already, we
Okay.
can just get with you and give you the PowerPoint for
Okay.
the other's the general, every board gets training to like etiquette for being on a board.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Okay, great.
I do have a quick question. Is it typically always the second Tuesday of the
Yes.
month at 5:30? Because I know as a teacher here in town, and I'm also in the leadership for the National Education Association, and our school board meetings are the second Tuesday of every month at 5:30. So I didn't know if I mean, is it always going to overlap? Is it?
it's always
something
that's our
changes,
set
or-
meeting date. Yes, that is our set meeting date. That special meetings otherwise, but they're very rare. Like since I've been here, we haven't had a special setting outside of that date. So, but that's what our bylaws are. That's where it's set. Like, it would have to be a change that we would have to do. I'm sorry about that.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank